Namaste, namaste. Beautiful family of light, Baba Sharone here. And we are now live on Facebook Live as we do our little chat that we normally do and have always done since the inception of the Anchoring Light, which is over 14 years right now, going into its 15th year of every single Monday without fail. So clearly, there's a great motivation as to why we do this. You know, when the ascended realms ask you to do something, what are you going to say? No. So anyway, but miraculously, and for the type of spiritual center that we are, the higher the vibe, the smaller the tribe. We are still here and our doors are still open. So that's when you know to surrender to the higher realms of light. They see the bigger picture. It does take practice to release control and let them handle it and follow the spiritual breadcrumbs, as my good friend Robin would say, which they said you could say follow the golden nuggets. So there's not breadcrumbs, nuggets, like, hey, that's better. Okay, so as everybody's getting on here right now, I'd like to talk a little bit about what I have as a title is multitasking to multitasking a lot. Like I always say, to the 12th power and beyond. How that ties into our interdimensionality as well. And one of the things why that has come up, as some of you may know, the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light is sponsoring a farmers market here in the location of where the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light is located. We are located in the United States, in Sarasota, Florida. And the inspiration came. It isn't like we didn't have anything else to do, but inspiration came and said, let's do a farmer's market that is focused on wellness, focused on getting back again into sustainability, focusing on, eating pure food as much as we can. And it's actually something that's unfolding. And when you come into an alignment, and I want to tell, particularly the young star seeds and the millennials out there is like saying, oh my gosh, I don't know, I have to do this. How am I going to do it? This is the story. You don't have to do it alone. I've been through the ring a couple of times, like you freak out, like, I don't know, I got to get this done. This is my mission. I have to breathe, stay centered. That's the key thing. And just release that into the higher part of yourself, release that, into the ascended realms, which are the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, your ancestors, whoever, the Amishadai, the family of light. Okay, because they are so supportive of you. I just want to bring that home. They know the challenges of being on this planet. Believe me, they do. They're like, been there, done that. We know what is going on. We just want you to know that you are never alone, ever. Okay, so I said that to somebody recently, and I said, you may feel lonely, but you're never alone. That's a fact. You are never alone. We come in, whether we're aware of it or not. Some people call it a guardian angel or the ancestors. I mean, there's so much. It's such a proliferation, okay, of spiritual support that's there for us. Because, let's face it, this planet is not a walk in the park, and we're not going to go into why things are the way they are, and why are we in a world of duality. We're not going into that. Suffice to say, okay, that we have all the support, okay, available to us. Now, one of the things that we forget to do is, because we are in this reality bite of a polarity, okay, which means we have choice. And so we have to choose to say, I'm looking for divine intervention, SOS, which I do on a regular basis. I'm like, it's an open door policy, just come on in. That's how as a former HR director, I'll just say, just don't have to knock, just come on in. And that's how I am always conscious that I am never alone. So when, things come up like whoa, move this mountain, you know, anything where in the regular reality bite of this material, mental, and emotional world we find ourselves in, okay, it requires you to transcend that. It does. And the knowing, okay, that you are divinely connected to higher parts of yourself, and only higher parts of yourself, your higher self, but also to the myriad of radiant beings of all highest dimensions, and the diversity that is the oneness of all things, but it's endless diversity. This is all accessible to us, and the more that you bring it into your awareness, the more that you bring it into your consciousness, okay, the more you're developing that connection. So when I go out, or any of us go out, all of us are now, our life is a living prayer. Okay, we may do meditations and some other spiritual practice, but it gets to the point that every breath you take, everything you do is a living prayer, because that connection is that strong. And so when you have that connection, or you're developing that connection, you can go into the world fearlessly, fearlessly. Okay. And of course, it takes practice and so forth. The more you do it, okay, the easier it becomes, until we're so integrated, okay, that it's easy. So getting back to what I was talking about regarding, oh, before I do that, I just want to mention for those who may be listening to this, uh, currently right now. Hi, how are you? I know a lot of people kind of look around this time to hear the chat, but more than likely, more and more people are going to get to it when it's not actually happening live, but it goes all around the world. And so we have so many light workers from all around the world that actually do listen and tap into this message. And they know they have an invitation at any time. Anyone who wants to participate in the anchoring light transmission can easily do so. Simply go down the Facebook page and look for the anchoring light transmission meditation with Baba Sharone. That's my spiritual name. And you will see all the information to register on Zoom. And once you do, you're done. That's it. You'll get a reminder all the time. So we have, regular people are on all the time, new people come on. So this is open to the public for those who resonate with that. So now getting back to the topic really quick is, all right, multitasking. So I know a lot of times there are people that we are programmed in the world. Yes, indeed, Michelle, we are never alone. She just sent that. We are programmed to say, this, you're limited. This is all you can do. Here is the script for your life. Okay. And that is coming from the physical, mental, and emotional perspective, which is a light spectrum that's like this, if you can imagine. When the truth is, our light spectrum is this. Yeah, we can't see gamma rays, but they exist. We can't see ultraviolet rays, but they exist. Okay, we can't see radio waves, but we are able to hear. And my voice somehow is going all over, can go all over the world. We can now connect together in a fifth dimensional quality, meaning through technology. People like, for example, Bonda, she's in Norway. She's 1 o'clock in the morning. We've had people from different other continents that have come in, and we have an agreed time and location, and we come together. So no longer time and space, right? Think about that. No longer time and space is a barrier, right? So what else is going on? Well, then if you open up to the idea that, for me, I feel I'm ageless. I just feel I'm ageless. I'm not going to go into the program that at a certain time or a certain age this has to happen. Of course, we're not meant to be on this planet in this way forever. Thank goodness we are going to be going to the ascension. But it's almost like there's a program that if you reach a certain age and these things are supposed to happen, which is mostly the entropy or the decline of things. Who said that? Okay, there is actually the centropy, and that is where your spiritual journey is at. When you go ahead, amen, sister, that's right, and go to the higher frequency of your higher self, okay, that is strong and powerful and can bring you into a transcended state that can at least mitigate some of the dynamics that are going on in the physical. Okay, that's because you're an interdimensional being. Okay, when you become aware of this and say, wait a minute, which kind of do I want to follow the spiritual laws or do I want to follow the so-called man-made laws or laws that are less than the higher parts of myself? And it is a decision. And so when you decide to strive, okay, to find out, make known the unknown, okay, or follow your soul pulse as to what's driving you to this. You become insane. There's a whole nother reality here beyond the one that my physical, mental, emotional body is. Wait a second. There's something way more transcendent to this, and I'm a part of it. And I can use those laws. I could use that energy to live my life even as I'm in this physical world. Guess what? You're interdimensional. You're now bringing in some higher stuff into your life, even as you're here. That's where you sharpen your intuition, you follow your discernment, you come from the neutral observer. You don't get caught up in the drama. Okay, you are now on your spiritual path of mastery. And part of that spiritual path of mastery is your ability to multitask and not limit yourself. I said, okay, you got to do this. Because I would tell you, okay, the ascended masters, okay, when they ask you to do something, this is them. Do this, then do this, then do this, right? It's like, hey, I'm in a physical body. Did you forget? But guess what? They're like, hey, you have the ability to do it. If you think that you do, you can, and you're not alone. We support you. And of course, there is more things involved, and it's just as simple as all that. But basically, that's the message. And so the multitasking of doing things, we're getting ready to do this farmers market. It's like moving a mountain. That's about the closest I could say what it's like. There's a lot of moving parts involved, but guess what? It's all coming together. Because first of all, I'm not doing it alone. We have help. And I remember that. And the people that come together that I'm attracted to, that attracted this, and we come together in this singularity of a common vision, it just comes together. It really, really does. And so there is no fear, there is no stress, there is no, oh my gosh, it's like you do the best you can, allow it to unfold in the knowing that you're coming from a place, okay, of higher service, and that this is operating on higher dimensions, okay, where maybe in the physical you can't see the whole vision, but they do. And so you follow those spiritual nuggets along the way. And you know what? It becomes real easy, real easy, real easy, amazing how easy it becomes when you start to do that. So when you think like, oh my gosh, I'm being overwhelmed, I have all this to do, take a deep breath and say, I'm not doing this by myself. I'm connected to a higher part of myself. I have all this angelic and radiant help. I'm calling upon, the Ami Shaddai, my family of light, to assist me and guide me in these things I can do. And then it'll all start to flow very organically. You'll be connected to divine synchronicities and the right people at the right time, and all of that starts to happen. And then you become to start your intuition, say, I need to pay attention to this, I need to do this. And next thing you know, okay, things are unfolding in a most miraculous way. Because the truth is, you're really interdimensional beings doing stuff in your sleeping state. that you're not aware of. But trust me, we are all working on many levels on a regular basis, and being able to multitask here in this physical, mental, emotional experience is just like, that's nothing compared to what we really do. And I know at some point when we look and see, oh my gosh, am I that person? Am I that spiritual being that has done all of this and impacting in other ways where we bring our light that we're not even conscious of yet? Yes, yes, you are that radiant light, and your capabilities are boundless. With that, I'm going to say namaste to our beautiful family of light on Facebook Live. And again, you're welcome to join us at any time on Zoom for our Anchoring Light transmission. Namaste.